See again with the man Jon Jones joining us on Mike and Mike. Tim Legler, Ryan Russillo in for these guys. So a lot of us that are huge UFC fans, and I know I've talked to you in the past, we've been waiting for this day for a long time. What's it feel like to just be back at work and getting this thing going this weekend?
Man, you know, I used to look at Fight Week as a little annoying, you know, answering a lot of the same questions and things like that. But being away for so long, I found my appreciation for it all to be back. So really excited to be here on you guys' show today. Thank you so much for having me.
What's the biggest challenge when you have this long of a layoff between fights, like mentally and physically?
The biggest challenge would be, you know, I don't know, honestly, because, you know, I haven't fought yet. So right now I'm interested to see how I perform. You know, you have a lot of questions and maybe a little doubt. You know, am I going to be as sharp? Am I going to be as good and things like that? So, you know, when you have those type of thoughts, you know, you make up for them by overtraining in the gym. So, you know, I feel really prepared physically and mentally, and now I just got to see how it all plays out in the actual ring.
How has it been for you personally? I mean, you've gone through a lot here. You have the belt taken away, you have the stuff outside of the ring, legal stuff that you have to deal with, and you have to deal with just the way people talk about you, the perception of you. How challenging has that been for you and going through what you've gone through?
You know, it's been challenging, but at the same time, I feel as if it's been so necessary for my development and growth as a man, outside of just, you know, being an athlete. You know, I've grown tremendously, and I've really had time to just reevaluate my career and my life and what's most important. And I stand here today just, you know, I just feel better. I feel like I've addressed a lot of issues that was in my personal life, and I just feel better all around. So everything happens for a reason, and you just gotta take the good with the bad, and take some good out of the bad, and you know, try to figure out why and how you can do better and things like that. You know.
At any point while you're going through all these things, did it ever cross your mind, like, do I even want to do this anymore? And how much longer do you see yourself in the fight game?
Yeah, you know, when I got suspended originally, I thought to myself, you know, that I wanted to just walk away from sports altogether, walk away from the limelight, and just move away and try to live the most normal life as possible. And so for a while, I stopped training, and I just, you know, was really focusing on my family and you know, trying to just live a normal life, getting things done around the house and everything like that. And you know, after a while of that, you know, I found myself unhappy, and I said, you know, fighting and being a pro athlete is what I was meant to be doing. And so I got back in the gym, found immediate happiness in that, and now, you know, right around the corner from a big fight.
Jon Jones, UFC 197, on set with us on Mike and Mike. When I've watched you fight, I think you're the best fighter I've ever seen. I think you're the most talented.
Thank you.
The Glover fight was insane because you beat him up for a few rounds, and then it was like, you guys want to see how else I can beat people up? I can do this. And then you exchange with him when you're way up on the card, and I'm going, what is he even doing? Yeah. And it was like you wanted to show everybody how tough you were and how many punches you could take. Are you still going to show us that kind of arsenal this weekend? Are we still, I mean, it's not like it was that long ago, but do you expect to go in with that kind of game plan where you're going to show us everything you have?
Yeah, I definitely plan on putting it all out there and giving the fans exactly what they want to see. You know, just a great mixed martial arts battle. I'm totally prepared. You know, got a great opponent ahead of me. Feel really confident, and yeah, I'm going to go out there and give it my best. And majority of my fights are finishes, so that's the goal here, is to finish this fight.
Going into fights, like, how much do you have it the night before or the day of even? Is there like a nervous anxiety? Like, you're kind of like the uncertainty. I know when I played in the NBA, like, that also helped you. It keeps an edge. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you mentally focused. But with what you're talking about, where you have the chance to get hurt or knocked out or like whatever, embarrassed, whatever it may be. So how much do you use that, like, nervous anxiety to help you focus and channel in what you need to do?
I use it big time. You know, I say nerves can be used in two different ways. You know, nerves can be like a fire, where it completely consumes you, and you find yourself on game day frozen, not, you know, playing to the best of your ability. Or you can take nerves, and you can take this fire, and you can channel it, and you can really shoot it towards your opponent. And that's what I like to do. I like to channel that energy and use it for my performance. Another one of my favorite quotes is, there's nothing wrong with having butterflies as long as you can get them to fly in formation. And over the years, I've been really fortunate enough to always get my butterflies in formation and be locked down and compete at a really high level.
I know that you've gotten into it with other guys and UFC guys on Twitter. It's awesome because when you're tweeting at other guys, like if somebody comes at me, there's a chance that guy could probably still beat me up. Where you guys, more often than not, like probably can take this guy. So like even you and Cormier, you guys have gone at it. Like he was supposed to be in this fight. I thought he was in a way though still kind of respectful for a while, like knowing that he had kind of your belt, you had just beaten him. When did that relationship go from kind of respectful and understanding all the things that were played, and now where you just get really tired of him, and now you don't have to fight him?
Right. Me and Daniel Cormier, we have a really interesting relationship. At the end of the day, I don't think we'll be friends. I don't think we'll ever really be cordial. I'm the #1 light heavyweight in the world. He's #2. But our first match was really competitive, and I think he looks at himself as like an alpha male in the division. And the truth is, he's just simply not because I'm around. But because we're so competitive with each other, I think he still has some faith that he can beat me. And, I think once I beat him the second time, we'll be able to get along a lot better. It'll be official that you're just not going to ever beat me.
And that's who you were supposed to fight. And now we got St. Preux coming in here, and he takes it last minute. He's a big guy, big athletic background. How does that change your approach, knowing that you're probably not studying him as much as you were Cormier?
Right. Yeah, it changes a lot of things. When you fight a southpaw opposed to an orthodox fighter, every angle, almost every technique is a little bit different. So I was pretty well rehearsed to be fighting a short wrestler, orthodox fighter, and now I'm fighting a tall, little more athletic southpaw. So what we did was we just went back to our notes on how we've defeated other great southpaw fighters in the past, and we're just implementing similar strategies, getting the reps in of techniques we did in the past and things like that. And right now we feel really confident.
Man, I've never had a chance to interview somebody that does what you do for a living, so I have to ask you this question. I'm just curious, how old were you, and when was the first instance where you, got into a legit fight, man? You're kind of like, I kind of like that. That was okay. Or somebody hit you, and you're kind of like, that wasn't that bad. Maybe this is something I could see myself doing. I'm just curious, how does that path start? And it had to start at some point. Everybody gets into a scrap at some point when they're younger. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah, so... I have two brothers in the NFL. I have my little brother, Chandler Jones, plays for the Cardinals. My older brother, Arthur Jones, plays for the Indianapolis Colts. I'm the middle as far as age, but when it comes to size, I'm the smallest by far of my brothers. So I've been getting my butt kicked since I was a little boy by my brothers. And I guess I just became really comfortable and familiar with physical combat and whatnot. And I just remember and I grew up wrestling, and wrestling is pretty similar to an actual fight. It's the fight without kicking and punching and, tapping each other out. So I remember my very first MMA practice when I decided I wanted to give it a try. I was just a natural at it. The guys were asking me, they said, John, where'd you train before you got here? And I said, actually, I've never really been in a real fight, just with my brothers, I guess. Right. And, to have guys wonder if I had been training all along really was an indication to me that I had something. And, so I really harnessed the whole game, and I got really good really fast. I made it to the UFC after only training for 4 months, which is really uncommon because, a lot of guys train their whole life and they never make it that far. So yeah, I think I'm just a natural at it.
Well, they were right, and you were right. And I remember talking to a couple guys that saw you fight very early on. I mean, you should have an undefeated record.
Yeah.
But they were like, this guy's insane. You got to see him. And you start watching you. And the thing I've also heard from some of the UFC guys is that, like a Conor who loves all the attention, and I think Ronda Rousey loved all the attention and the crossover appeal and all that stuff. And I don't know if you were touching on this a little bit earlier when you're thinking about just walking away from it all, but does that part of it make you uncomfortable? Do you wish you could just be the best fighter and the light heavyweight champ again, which I think we all expect to happen soon, and, not be this mega superstar that the UFC would want you to be? Are you okay with all that stuff?
You know, I strive to have a really good brand and to be a star, I guess. Yeah, I strive for it. But I don't think it is as important to me as it may be for some other fighters. You know, I feel as if I'm famous enough, and I don't really put myself in every position to be more famous. You know, I've had a lot of movie offers and things like that I've just completely turned down.
What's a movie offer you turned down?
Southpaw.
Really?
Southpaw, yeah.
Were you going to play baseball?
No, I was.
I'm just kidding.
The movie Southpaw.
Yeah, with Gyllenhaal. Right.
Yeah, I was supposed to be one of the trainers in there, but you know, turned down that opportunity. So, I got kids, and a really big family. So, you know, my main concern really is just being the best father I can be, while trying to be as dominant as I can be in my sport, and becoming a bigger star. You know, that'll just happen, I guess, organically.
How old are your kids, and what are they into? What sports do they like?
Oh man, so I have 4 little girls, age 8, 7, 6, and 3, and let's see here. A few of my daughters are in gymnastics. I have them in swim, and lately they've been showing interest in mixed martial arts. So
wow, do they watch your fights?
Yeah, they watch my fights. I never let them watch live because you never know what's going to happen in there. But they come to practice with me twice a week, and they really love it. So we may be allowing them to start doing a little bit of
something else, man.
How about that combo? You're not only to worry about the dad, but
yeah.
That is wild.
Come by Jones' house, get jumped.
We are really looking forward to this weekend, man. UFC 197, Jon Bones Jones back in action. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He joins us in studio, giving it straight talk.